Hello there.
Ready up, my destiny.
Apprentices and Acolytes, it has been 5 months, almost 6 months since I made a video with my face. I know reactions have not been around. I know Andor and Bad Batch, but The Mandalorian is coming up and I am ready to react. I bought a new camera, a new apartment, new life, new me, you know, the whole shebang. But since before October, I was going through a lot of things. That's why you did not see me. And I know that's what the question is. Where have you been? And I gotta say, thank you so much to every single one of you apprentices and acolytes, because without you going on and commenting on my Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, as well as some of my old reaction videos, just asking me where I was, like reminding me that I exist in this world, was so powerful for me, because I saw that you all cared, I saw that you all wanted me to react to so many things, and you know, here I am now. I wasn't gonna stop reacting by any way, shape, or form. There had just been so many things happening into my life, and it was probably the second, if not the worst time in my life around October. There were so many things happening, so many things that even with life that I thought had been given, with so many other experiences that I have encountered and learned how to deal with struggle, I still was hit with some of the worst seasonal depression that I've ever encountered. It was so bad, and mind you, I am someone that loves Star Wars. You could take the worst Star Wars project that is absolutely hated by 90% of the community, and your boy, Lord Dagovere, will find some way in his heart to say, let's go, because that's what I do. I'm not a toxic positive person. I just genuinely get excited for Star Wars, more so than a lot of other people. That doesn't mean I love it more or anything, I just get excited. And I make weird, stupid faces about it, and people seem to like that. And that's why I'm happy you're all here. Here's the thing, is that I knew something was going on in my life because I would sit down and lay down, and I would watch Star Wars, some of my favorite episodes of The Mandalorian, some of my favorite movies like Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. And I would just sit there and not say anything and not react and just lay there and kind of be dead inside, honestly. And that was a really terrifying thing. And mind you, there were so many components of my life that were being flipped and moved around. So many things that had changed. We had a hurricane, 2 hurricanes, and I'm a Florida man and I usually laugh in the face of hurricanes, but this one changed the whole scheme and experience for hurricanes. I've never been in a hurricane where it rained the entire time, the entire 24 hours, the entire 2 days of this hurricane. It was just raining, and the house was being flooded, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had to wake up, and I had to go out there like in the middle of Camino and rebuild a whole sand wall of bags that we had created, and I was pushing all the water out, and if I didn't do that, the water would have just destroyed the kitchen. And once I was done with that, I had to close the door to stop other water from being in, rebuild that sand barrier that I had created earlier that day in preparation, and then I had to traverse the backyard, which was basically completely drowned. Mind you, I'm in Florida. There are sewers, there are gators, and I am traversing through the entire landscape that is waist deep, through my backyard, through the neighbor's backyard, through their porch, into our front yard, which is also getting flooded. And that was a wild time, and that took a lot of tired and effort, and it was just kind of one of those things that was piling on with the rest of the stuff. You know, I ended up moving out of the house that I was in, found a new apartment, had to figure out how to do all these things, and what a lease is, and where am I gonna live, and I live in Orlando, Florida, and there's rent control, and there's so many crazy political things happening. And then of course, then it was Thanksgiving, then it was Christmas, then it was the New Year, and then that first Monday that I'm back working, I get laid off. So it was a pretty intense time to be Lord Dagovere. And with Bad Batch coming out and then Andor had come out, I just could not find it in me to have the right mental state to react and interact with anybody. So I just had to do the best that I could to be me, honestly, and find a way to slowly build myself up again. And that was really hard. Really finding everything, you know, and figuring out what I'm doing and where am I gonna go with this. Am I gonna continue to react, or is this gonna be over? You know, I I no longer had the camera that I was using before. I no longer had the furniture. I mean, you can see you can see everything that I have in my house. There is absolutely nothing outside of just me and the little toys that I've acquired for Star Wars over the years, you know? But that's the thing is like, as I fix my tripod, but that's the beauty of it. You understand? Like, I've been homeless, you know? I've almost died at birth. I've been through so many things, and at the end of the day, I have always just kind of moved forward. And this is the only time in my life that everything has happened where I kind of take a second to really swallow it and absorb it. And I think that's made me healthier mentally, because now I understand how to deal with these things. Sometimes you shrug it off, sometimes you take it away, sometimes people deal with it right there. They completely lack control of whatever the future has, and that is terrifying. And I've had to deal with all of those things at once, among so many other things that I can't even really bring up to talk about, and we're still here. And the most beautiful thing about it is we didn't give up. I think now, at this point in my life, I can't control the future, but there is opportunity, and I found a way to influence it in some way. Not completely, just give it a little push in the trajectory that I've always wanted it to go in. And it's happening now. It's very hard for me to understand that good things can happen consistently. Because usually when so many bad things happen to you and you have depression and you have that anxiety, you're so used to something bad happening in your life that, okay, well, this is good, so what are you gonna take from me? But sometimes that's not always the case. Sometimes the universe just wants to reward you. Sometimes the universe wants to make you suffer. But at the end of the day, we have the tools now to face everything. We have the experience, we have the wisdom. We're older, we got the gray hairs, you know? We're looking like old Ben Kenobi, right? I'm really excited about the future. And I can't wait for the content that I'm gonna be putting out here. I'm thinking about doing a Patreon. I've never done that before, but I have all the elements in my life right now that can support me in terms of the content that I've always wanted to produce. I have a camera. This is my own camera that I bought with my money, my tripod, my backdrop, not really backdrop. I'll figure it out, okay? We're doing stuff. But I'm really excited. Get ready for those reactions for Mando Season 3. And get ready for everything else. You know, some of you already found my Twitter and my Instagram and my TikTok, and you saw that I was posting on there and you're interacting with me there. Yeah, fam, thank you. Because honestly, without you, it would have been a lot harder to get over this process and start posting again. And I think that's what honestly makes a great, just a champion, whether that's a content creator, the best ever in sports or something, a Hall of Famer, whatever it is. I feel like everybody can have potential. Everybody has potential. Everybody has skills. But one thing a lot of people lack is discipline. And to take everything that I've taken in and to continuously post and continuously create content, which I didn't. I took like a 5-month break, you know, and I think that's why you see someone like a Star Wars Explained, a Star Wars Theory, and Eckhart's Ladder, you know, a lot of people that have really just kind of created themselves and ultimately influenced the entire community in Star Wars content. I'm not saying that I ever want to be any of them, but I would like to try to create something like they have. Is that just reacting? Is that lore videos? Is that all of it? I got an idea, and I can't wait to show you all, and I hope you all enjoy it. But at the end of the day, thank you so much. Let's go, fam! And we're back. Ready up.